Do you remember the first time you read the novel and your feelings related to this reading?
You know, I read the novel the first time with the premise that we might be adapting it, and that this might be something that we would be producing. And I was very daunted by the novel because the novel is very perfect in its economy and in its weighing of cause and effect. And of course, it's based on a true story and oral histories from people who had come forward to reveal their childhood experiences. And so I was very conscious of the gravity of the story, the importance of the story, and also found it to be very challenging to adapt such a masterful novel. And of course, no one wants to make a terrible movie of a brilliant book. So you really have to think about how to make it cinematic and how to create a kind of cinematic grammar to tell the story.
And why did you find it challenging?
Because the book is so perfect, and so you have to really find a different language, the cinema language, to tell the story. And so Ramel had a wonderful premise for how he would like to approach it, using point of view as or what he calls a sentient camera, and that was our guiding light. And so from there, we constructed a narrative and really worked a lot on the screenplay to construct a narrative and place certain images next to each other and place certain kinds of, we almost approached it like it was an edit, actually, to start off with, which is unusual.
Colson Whitehead is like an icon in America. Like every novel is like an exceptional thing. But I'm curious, like, did you feel like a responsibility on your shoulders that, like, as you mentioned, a perfect novel, so you have to do a perfect film?
You have a responsibility to honor the spirit of the author, I think, and you have a responsibility with a true story to also, I mean, it's a true story, but it's a fictional adaptation. But because it's based on a true story and inspired by real people's lives, you have a responsibility to them as well.
I'm curious, how did you work on the casting? Like, did you look for the actors depending on their voice, for instance? Like, what was the criteria for that?
Because we had written the screenplay together, and we knew who those characters were very deeply because we had helped to shape them for the film. So I think it was just a matter of really finding those young men who really embodied what we in their physicality as well as in their verbal expression and also in their chemistry. We had to find not only two great young actors but also two great young actors who could really work together and who had that where you could really feel that they could become friends. And so that was the casting process, just hundreds and hundreds of people to go through and think about.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening.
So thank you.